Hey guys, Michael from Copper vs Glass, and at the time of filming this video, we are less than 24 hours away from the launch of the brand new device from OnePlus. I've got my invitation here which says transcend the limits of speed, creating smooth tech together, go beyond speed, and our journey began with the desire to build a device that would be proud to own, experience the most powerful expression of this philosophy yet, and that comes direct from Pete, the CEO of OnePlus. However, in this video, what we're taking a look at is the OnePlus 6T, which is the latest device from OnePlus, and the one that is currently still available for only £529 here in the UK. It is an absolute powerhouse with a great design, awesome screen, and today we're going to be taking a look back at exactly how good the device is, and also see if it's still worth picking up in 2019. So, let's take a look. I'm also going to need this invitation and my phone so I can let you guys know exactly what's happening at the event, so make sure to follow me on social for all the latest from the OnePlus event. Starting off real quick with the internals of the OnePlus device, and as you can see here, it's running the newest version of Oxygen OS and Android 9 Pie, which is going to be upgraded to Android Q very soon as that is going to be available. You've got the specs at the top here as well, so the Snapdragon 845, 8GB of RAM, 128GB of storage, and then you've also got the camera information and the 6.4-inch screen information as well, which yes is only 1080p, but in this video we're going to be going over why that may not actually be a bad thing. Now I am using the stock launcher from OnePlus, which does have a built-in dark mode. However, if you did want to switch it over to a lighter theme, then you've definitely got the option to do so, and you can also change the accent color as well. So again, you've got a variety of different colors here to choose from, as well as some theming options to get the perfect look and feel for your device. So as you can see here, I've now gone for a lighter theme with red accents, and you can see that it changes across the whole OS. So again, if I go into the app drawer, for example, you're going to see that it is then a light theme as well. And customization is kind of a theme with the OnePlus launcher. If you go into the home settings, you can change a bunch of different things here that you can't normally do with a standard launcher. So if I wanted to change the icon pack without having to install a third-party launcher, you've got the option to do so. You can see how quick and easy that is to do. It's going to change instantly, which is really awesome to see. Now you can also do other things as well. So you've got the home screen layout here, which again you can change the columns, the icon size, small, medium and large. So the range of customization is a lot more than what you'd get on a standard launcher from Android. And I'm not sure how well this has actually come across on video, but the launcher itself and just in general the phone is extremely fast. Whether you're multitasking, going from app to app, you can see here just how quick it is, and you don't really get any of that delay that I was finding when I had my Google Pixel 2 XL, or what some people may be experiencing now on the Pixel 3. And then the last thing about customization with this launcher is actually in the app drawer. So as you can see here, I've actually got rid of a ton of duplicate icons, and also as you can see I've got Fortnite installed, but not the Fortnite installer itself. If you slide over, you've got a hidden space here where you can put any application that you don't want to show in your app drawer, or just in general that you want to hide. So duplicate contacts, because I use Google Contacts, the gallery for Google Photos for example. So you can see here that you can just clean up the app drawer exactly how you want to. So to give you a very quick example here, if I long press on the home screen, go into the home settings, and again go down to the icon pack, change that back real quick. What I'm then going to do is go into my app drawer, and then I just want to hide one of these applications to show you how quick and easy it actually is. You just click on the plus icon, choose the icon that you want to use. So for me it's the bit.ly icon, which is what I use to shorten any URL that I'm going to put in a video, and then you can see here that it's going to hide that, and it's then not going to show up in my app drawer at all. But how about the actual screen itself coming in at 1080p like I mentioned beforehand? Well, as with most screens these days, you can pinch to zoom to make the video full screen to get rid of those side bezels, and once you do that you're going to be really immersed in whatever it is you're going to be watching or doing on the device. The notch doesn't really get in the way. The fact it's 1080p can be a drawback for some, but the fact it's got these super slim bezels around here, the color saturation is really good, the color reproduction is really good. Yes, it's not going to be HDR and it's not going to be 1440p or above, but it is a really nice panel, and in my opinion one of the best 1080p AMOLED panels out there. But we can't talk about the screen without having to talk about the notch. Now you can apply certain wallpapers that have a darker top, as you can see here, so that it's going to hide the notch completely at the top there. But again, if you are going to have a lighter or just in general a more vibrant wallpaper, so again if I go back into the wallpapers, choose a really bright one here, you can see that you are then going to see that notch at the top. Now in my opinion it is the best implementation of a notch. It has that teardrop design, but if you go into the settings, display, notch display, you can also then turn the notch off completely, and the thing that I love about this is it keeps the key icons up at the top there, it doesn't actually push the whole display down, so you're not really actually losing anything in terms of real estate on the screen. So when you go back to the home screen, you can see that it does add a top bezel, which doesn't really make it symmetrical to the bottom. So for me, I prefer to show the notch because it's not really too much of a problem. Now when this phone was released, it had the newest Snapdragon 845, which at the time was exactly the same as what you would get in a Google Pixel 3, for example. Now keep in mind that this phone is a little bit older now because we're looking at the release of the 7 very soon, but it is still extremely fast. It has 8GB of RAM built in, and with certain models you can get up to 10GB of RAM as well. So in regards to multitasking, switching between applications, it's really quick, really simple to do. If I go back to an app that I was using a couple of hours ago, it's going to be exactly where I left off, and this applies for the majority of things. If I'm watching a video on YouTube, or for example if I'm playing a game, I can pick up exactly where I left off. Now while some people complained about the built-in fingerprint reader, I've not had any issues whatsoever. Now yes, they have had some software updates since the phone was initially launched, but as you can see here, it is extremely fast to do. Now I still like to be able to do it from a locked state, that would be nice to have, but you've always got the face unlock if you don't want to use the fingerprint. As you can see, that also works extremely quickly as well. So if I unlock the phone while it's pointed directly at my face, you're going to see it pretty much unlocks instantly, and you're not even going to see the lock screen, so that can be a little bit annoying from time to time, but it's really quick, really simple to get into the device. But like I mentioned, the fingerprint sensor itself has been no problem at all. So if you're looking for a phone to hang with the latest and greatest from Samsung and even Apple or someone like Huawei, then you're going to have no problem at all with the OnePlus 6T. Yes, it is a little bit older than some of those devices, but in regards to performance, this is way better than even some phones that are brand new on the market. Gaming performance is also incredible on the OnePlus 6T, and for pretty much every game that I've tried, whether that's Asphalt 9, PUBG, Fortnite, or a ton of other games, it's going to default all of those games to very high settings, and you're not going to be seeing any dropped frames at all. Now this is running at a very smooth 60 frames a second, which may not come across in this video due to the frame rate of the video itself, but you can see here all of the particle effects, all of the graphics as well. It runs extremely smooth, and playing games on this phone is an absolute joy with that large AMOLED display. Like I say, this is one of the best 1080p displays that I've seen, and that's no more evident than when you're actually playing games that are really graphically intensive, or just in general you're doing anything on the phone itself with regards to gaming. I've had no issues whatsoever with the speed or the performance of the games, and again they run extremely smooth at 60 frames per second with pretty much everything ramped up to extremely high. The hardware of the OnePlus 6T has also held up extremely nice over time as well. This here is the Midnight Black, which has a really nice kind of pearlescent effect to it, I would say. It is a glass back, so it is definitely going to scratch very easily if you do put it down on a hard surface, and it is also going to collect a ton of fingerprints as well, but you can also get one in a very shiny black as well, and there are some special edition ones out there also. You do have the really awesome switch on the side here, which allows you to set the phone from silent to vibrate to ring, which is really nice to have, and just something that I think a ton of other Android devices should have. You've got it on the iPhone, and again, this is really something that I love with OnePlus devices. The rest of the device is pretty standard. You've got USB Type-C for charging. There's only one mono speaker on the bottom, so you're not going to get dual stereo speakers like on some devices, and it is actually only the speaker on the bottom of the device here that's actually going to let out any sound. The other is kind of a decoy, which is a little bit of a shame. So with all of those fingerprints and the fact that the phone itself can be very fragile, I would definitely recommend picking up a case. Now the really awesome thing about OnePlus, kind of like what Apple do, they have a ton of first-party accessories for their devices. So they've got some snap-on cases, some more protective cases, folio cases, but for me, the original Sandstone from the original OnePlus in a case form is pretty much the ideal case for me. It's extremely grippy, it doesn't necessarily protect the phone a ton, but if you don't want this thing sliding off of a sofa, out of your pocket, or out of your hand, then this is definitely a great option to have. So now what about the camera of the OnePlus 6T? That for many people is a main reason to pick up a smartphone in 2019, so how does this camera hold up? Well, take a look.
I try to hide my feelings inside. I step aside, outside. Wonder where love me for days straight. Love me, mama. Love me for days straight.
So as you can see there from those camera examples, the camera on the OnePlus 6T is actually extremely good. Now you can also install the Google Pixel APK as well, so if you do want to get the effective HDR from the Google Pixel and also some of the night sight features as well, then you can put that APK straight onto the OnePlus 6T, and I'll have that linked in the description down below. Keep in mind though that if you do use that APK, you can't use the 4K 60 frames per second video that the OnePlus 6T is capable of, which again from the examples a moment ago does look extremely nice and also very, very smooth. So now to go back to the very start of this video, where I was questioning whether the OnePlus 6T is worth it in 2019. Well, for me it definitely is, and this is why it is my new daily driver, upgrading from the Google Pixel 2 XL. The Pixel 2 was giving me a ton of different problems, and with the price point of the OnePlus 6T coming in at only £529 here in the UK, it was definitely a great option for a brand new device with some awesome internals, great screen, and a pretty good camera as well. Now yes, the camera isn't going to be as good as the Google Pixel 3 for example, but in my opinion it is better than some of the stuff that iPhones are doing at the moment, and even some of the Galaxy devices like the Note 9 or the S9, but maybe not to the extent of the Galaxy S10 that's just come out. Also, a lot of the campaigning and leaks for the OnePlus 7 and the 7 Pro are saying that they don't make devices that are $2,000, which in my opinion means that this thing could be up to $700, $800 or even $900 when the OnePlus 7 comes out. So again, for what you're going to be getting with all the internals at this price point, you're going to be saving a ton of money compared to the brand new device, which again is going to be very expensive from the looks of things if the leaks are to be true. So the OnePlus 6T in my opinion at the moment anyway is still probably the best OnePlus device to get. And that's going to do it guys for this video. Now if you've got any questions about the OnePlus 6T or the OnePlus 7 that you want me to find out tomorrow, then let me know in the comments section down below or on Twitter at CopperVersusGlass. As I mentioned, I'm going to be at the event for the OnePlus 7 launch, so again follow me on social, which is all linked down in the description below to get some inside information for the newest device, a little bit of the information from the event itself, and also my hands-on and first impressions from OnePlus itself. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up down below, and also down below you can subscribe to the channel at CopperVersusGlass to get the latest and greatest videos that I'm posting here pretty much on a weekly basis. Don't also forget to turn on notifications so that you're notified anytime that a new video goes live. I'm Michael from CopperVersusGlass, thanks very much for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next video.